Okay, now you don't have very much workspace on here. You don't need a lot of it. You have x to the third divided by x to the fifth. Now we've seen problems like these before. Just make the lines here. So you got a third power and a fifth power. So the only factor you have on top is an x to the third. You got x to the fifth. Now remember what we talked about. You want to take out the smaller, you want to cross out one of the x's, the one with the smaller power, and if that's on top, you take it off the top. And then 5 minus 3 is going to be 2. So x to the second's on bottom. Now anytime you end up with an empty top, you need to put a 1 there. Okay, it's wrong if you don't. 1 over x to the second. That's pretty much all you're doing here. X to the fourth divided by x to the sixth. So you take out the x to the smaller power, minus it from the other. Oops, sorry, my bad. I didn't. Got carried away here. Okay, so you take out the x of the smaller power and then subtract it. And then 6 minus 4 is also 2. So you have x to the second on bottom, and you need to have a 1 over it if the top's empty. Okay, x to the second power divided by x to the fifth power. So you take out the x to the smaller power, subtract that power from the other side. 5 minus 2 is 3. God, I did it again, sorry. Do it here. 5 minus 2 is 3. So you have x to the third in the denominator, but you need a numerator on top of the fraction, so it's 1. 1 over x to the third. Okay, x to the fifth divided by x to the eighth. So you have x with a fifth power, and then x with an eighth power. Okay, so again, you take out x to the smaller power, and you subtract it from the other side. 8 minus 5 is 3. So x to the third would be here with a 1 over it. Okay, x to the 12th power divided by x to the 15th power. So top, you just have an x factor on both sides, a 12th and a 15th. So you got the x that's to the smaller power is the x to the 12th. Subtract it, 15 minus 12 is 3. Then there's a 1 on top, 1 over x to the third. Okay, x to the fourth divided by x to the second, or x to the seventh, my bad. So you got x factor on both sides, a 4 and a 7. And remember, you take out the x that's to the smaller power. Okay, 7 minus 4 is going to be 3. 1 over it. Okay, x to the 6th power divided by x to the 9th power. 6, 9, you take out the one that's to the smaller power, the x to the 6th, and then minus that power from the other side. 9 minus 6 is 3. So you have x to the third, 1 on top of it. X to the 7th divided by x to the 10th. Okay. So I take out the x to the 7th. Then 10 minus 7 is 3. So it would be x to the third with a 1 over